Good afternoon. This is Noah Peterson, where I'll be interviewing a recently new Rochester staff who is currently the assistant coach for the cross country team A in student teaching. So may I present Slone. So tell me, Allie, what brought you here? Brought you to RU? What is it that you like about this place?
So at RU, initially it was the people that attracted me when I decided to become a student. And then because this cross-country and track and field program gave me everything, I decided to come back and volunteer because that way I can give back to the program that did give me everything.
Now, what is the most rewarding part of your job?
The most rewarding part of my job is probably the fact that I get to see all of you have success, big or small. You know, everyone's success is different. It looks different for every person. So getting to see those little things and just see your personal growth as people too is really great.
What do you do for fun to relieve stress or anxiety? Or in other words, what is one of your favorite hobbies?
So as a running coach, I do like to run, but I also really enjoy reading. So that's probably, aside from running, that's probably my number one thing I do.
What do you like to read?
I like to read a lot of fiction, so I'm a big fan of Harry Potter. I've read Hunger Games, things like that throughout the years. So honestly, I'll read anything that's fiction.
Good to hear. Please describe to all of us, where did you grow up?
So I grew up not too far from here in Macomb County. It's about a half-hour drive. And that was kind of part of the appeal of Rochester, was that it was close enough where I could still go home if I wanted to, but I could live on campus and experience that. So, I mean, it's a big suburban area, lots of people all the time, kind of your average cookie cutter house, but it's home.
What's your favorite thing to do in the Rochester area or in Michigan?
Probably my favorite thing is to run on the Clinton River Trail. I also just like to go downtown with friends, see the lights at Christmas, that kind of thing. But as far as in Michigan, I love the UP. So I love to go up there and go camping, hiking with family, things like that.
What is it in your life that you feel is most passionate about yourself?
I'm probably most passionate about teaching and running. So as Noah mentioned, I am student teaching currently through Rochester. And then in the spring, I'll start to teach my own classroom as 5th and 6th grade special education. So I'm really passionate about that. And then, because running is something I love, coaching is teaching in extension. So it just looks a little bit different, but coaching is teaching too. So I would say teaching and just getting to know people, building up those relationships.
Okay, then now what do you feel like is the most embarrassing moment of your life?
Probably the most embarrassing moment. Let's see. I have quite a few, but one of them is probably when my sisters and I were racing across a parking lot, and I hurried up, I jumped in this car, or in our car, and I sat down, I hurried up, I buckled the seatbelt, and this old man turned around and was like, "What the heck?" Because I was in the wrong car and it wasn't even the same color as my car. It was similar, but not even the same color or anything like that. So I was pretty mortified by that.
Wow. Good thing he didn't drive off before he noticed who was in the car with him. What's the biggest obstacle you've had to overcome?
The biggest obstacle that I've probably had to overcome in general throughout my life is probably balancing and not allowing myself to get overwhelmed as I attempt to balance the many things. So, as college students, full-time working adults, we all have a lot of responsibilities. And so trying to find that balance of personal time, family time, friend time. I was a student athlete, so finding time or fitting time into practice as well as complete my studies. And now that I'm teaching and running on my own, same kind of thing. Balancing that while not getting too stressed and overwhelmed and making myself more anxious about it has been one of the biggest challenges. But I think having a supportive community around you is something that really helps because you have people to lean on and kind of go to in those times of need.
All right. So what's a random fun fact about yourself?
A random fun fact is that I have been to quite a few states. I'm not exactly sure how many off the top of my head, but I want to say it's 14 states that I've been to, somewhere around there. So that's that's kind of a fun fact. But oddly enough, I haven't really been anywhere on the West Coast or the East Coast, so that's something I'd like to do. I've kind of been places in the middle.
So you've been to most of the southern states like Florida or North Carolina or South Carolina, like those kind of states. So you love the sunshine, of course. We all do. All right. All right. Now, finally, is there any advice that you would give to future students here for Rochester University or possibly any staff that will most likely want to work here?
Yeah, so the best advice I could probably give is don't hold back. It's very simple in theory, but I feel like a lot of people have difficulty with it because we get afraid or different things like that. So, not allowing yourself to be held back by either your circumstances or your own mentality is really something that will help you get out of your comfort zone. And when we get out of our comfort zone is when we tend to see the best results and the most happiness in our lives because we're expanding beyond our immediate bubble, so to speak.
Okay. Well, it's been great talking to you. We're happy to have you here at Rochester, and we wish you luck on not only student teaching but also helping our cross country program grow on.
Thank you.
Yep. This is Noah Peterson, over and out.